I'll go out and say it. This game is amazing. I absolutely love this game. And we're going to talk about this in a second. But in the meantime, what's up everybody, it's Schplef, and today we are playing some Apex Legends. Now this is a new game, a new Battle Royale, brought to you by good old Respawn Entertainment. These are the same people that made Infinite War, or Infinity Ward. People from Infinity Ward came to Respawn Entertainment, I think, but I think all those people left too, so Respawn Entertainment is like its own thing now. But like those people made MW2, I think. Something like that, some crazy shit. But this game, Apex Legends, is a free-to-play battle royale. It's crazy. So each of your characters has an ability or some type of power that they can use, if you will. So for instance, the person I play a lot is Bangalore. Her passive is if she gets like shot or if the bullets go past her, she gets a speed boost. Her little ability is she can launch smoke canisters, and her ultimate is she can put down like a little airstrike or whatever the fuck. And that's one ability for the, I believe, 10 legends that are in the game. And I'm sure they're going to be adding more. Right now it's 60 players, teams of 3. It's nice to have a team, but it's not nice when your team sucks. But the game is very team oriented, so I don't know. And right now the main way to get your cool items are through packs. They'll be adding a battle pass soon. It's going to be similar to Fortnite. I believe that's coming out in March, sometime in March. I'm not sure. But we're going to get right into it. We're going to talk about some things that I like about the game. So we'll do things that I like about the game, things I don't like about the game, and then we'll kind of do final thoughts. I'll talk about some stupid shit, and we'll call it a day on that one. So I'll start with the audio. The audio is crazy. It's so good. It's really good. The guns sound great. The locational audio is amazing. I guess it's like 3D audio or some shit. It's not like fake 3D audio. It's better than Siege. Like, the audio is ridiculous. So if one person is, let's say, facing north, they're like... So, here's the compass. You got like a little compass. One person's looking north, and then another person's looking west. And they're kind of like separated, maybe like 50 feet or so. Not far apart. If somebody starts shooting, they could be like, oh, I hear someone west from me. And that person's like, well, I hear them a little bit more north. So then you can kind of like pinpoint from there. You're like, okay, well, he hears them there, he hears them there. That means they must be in this general area. And you can kind of pinpoint their exact location of the fight based on how far the gun sounds are and the triangulation, I like using that word, of the audio. And a lot of games seem to struggle with that. A lot of games don't have that feature. And it's pretty nice. Like with Siege, I know the way the audio works is it just takes the closest path to you. But there's a lot of bugs when it comes to like height. So like vertical audio. But this game doesn't seem to have that issue. Everything's crystal fucking clear. In terms of gameplay, the guns feel great. Before attachments, you got some pretty heavy recoil. After attachments, you're pretty solid. You can just kind of shoot, and it's not a big deal. I love the way when you crouch, your gun is kind of sideways. I don't know why I like that, but I love it. It's like tactical, and you crouch and you're like, oh, I'm sneaky, motherfucker. I love it. Oh, it's so good. It's great. I love the sideways gun. It makes me so happy. It's great. It's fantastic. Oh, it's so good. And I love that there's kind of a more focus on close quarters combat and kind of mid-range battles. So in a lot of BRs, long-range weapons are king. Like in Fortnite, snipers are really good. A lot of people run sniper all the time. I mean, you have 5 options, but snipers are always a good choice. In PUBG, snipers are always a good choice. You can see long distances, blah, blah, blah. But in this game, I don't see many people running snipers. You see people with R99s and Peacekeepers, so an SMG and a shotgun. You see people with heavy weapons and a shotgun. Or a wingman, which is like a Desert Eagle, essentially, and a submachine gun. And this kind of leads into the whole movement aspect of this game. because the movement is so quick, because it's so fast and everything moves very it's like somebody took Blackout and just gave it 3 caffeine pills or some cocaine and was like, here, and then Apex Legends popped out. You're not going to see many long-range battles. You're going to see people just fucking sending it all the time because of the movement, because you can redeploy, which is going up a rope, hitting the top, and being able to jetpack to a location, because you can slide down hills and you can slide for eternity, because the movement for abilities increases your speed in some cases, because the speed of the characters is really fast. You can hop, crouch, and jump, and everything feels fluid. The characters aren't slow, they're not sluggish. Like in PUBG, you jump out a window, you hit the ground, you're like, ugh, and you gotta like stand up, and then you crawl through a window and you're like, ugh, and it's like, yeah, it's more realistic, but sometimes you just want to fucking fly, and this game is all about that. If you just want to fucking send it all the time and just be flying around the map, here's your game. Great stuff. And, you know, there's no fall damage. You drop off a fucking cliff, you're fine. You drop out of a ship, you're fine. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it can go one way or the other. It's good or bad, but right now we're talking about things that are good. I like the abilities for the most part. They're not too intrusive. Some are pretty good, some are pretty bad. I think they're balanced well enough that they're not really going to cause too much of a problem. It seems like it's got its pros, it's got its cons. I think that's good. I think they're in a good spot. They're a little weird though. And the number one thing I really like about this game is just constant action. You drop into a hot area, boom, it's hot. You kill a bunch of teams. You run away, you go loot a little bit longer, boom, there's probably another team fighting, you go fight them. And then you get to the end, there could be like 3 or 4 squads left, and it's just clapped for 5 minutes. You fight one team, you kill them, you loot. By the time you can even open the fucking loot box, there's another team coming at you. And it's just over and over again. You're fighting one team, another team butt fucks you because there are pussies who can't fight without KSing, and that pisses me off. But it's okay. It happens. That's how the game works. That's how battle royales are. So we're going to move on to things that I don't like about the game. And as I mentioned, I think abilities are in a weird spot. I don't know how much of a place they have in battle royales. It's like, I feel like I'm kind of playing League of Legends. I don't know how I feel about that. But again, they don't have so much of an impact where it's a problem. And that's why I'm hesitant to mention this. Another thing I don't like about the game is the fact that there's no fall damage. I think that's weird. I like it, but I don't. So, you drop off a cliff and there's no repercussions. There's no repercussions for falling. There's no repercussions for making a mistake. I don't know, maybe there should be like a little bit of damage taken or something, or like if you hit the ground too hard, your like boosters are disabled. I don't know, some shit at least. I just feel like no fall damage is weird. EA obviously made this game, or, you know, gave the funding for it. So I feel like I don't even have to mention much about that. EA is just a clapped company. There's going to be possible loot box problems where they're trying to milk too much money out of consumers, and yeah, that could cause some issues. But it's whatever. It seems like it's going to be okay. I feel like it seems like Respawn has a lot of control over this game, especially considering there was no release date. It was just like, hey, Apex Legends, and everyone was like, what the fuck? And now it's super popular. That was a key advantage right there. And the one thing that I think I really don't like about this game is that attachments are too important. So if you get RNG screwed right in the beginning and you get shit loot, it's going to be hard for you to win a gunfight, especially if they have better attachments than you do. I think attachments are too crutch. They're too much of a crutch item in this game. Like, I know that in PUBG, when I would put attachments on my gun, like, yeah, there'd be a little bit of a difference, but it wasn't, like, crazy. Whereas in this game, you go from fucking, like, some recoil to a goddamn laser beam. And then it's up to you to hit your shots. So I guess that might be because of the way the time to kill is and how much the longer it is. But this really hinders people that are respawning or people that got screwed on loot. So it might be better to maybe tone that down and make it so attachments aren't so important, and or like increase the recoil and make it so it's more about your aim as opposed to the items that you pick up. It's just my opinion. And I think I want to move on to where a lot of this game is more about the items you pick up as opposed to how good you are with a weapon. So, like, yeah, you could kill somebody with a pistol, but if they pick up an R99 and you pick up a pistol, you're gonna lose. If they pick up some assault rifle with a fully kitted attachments and you pick up an assault rifle with nothing, you're probably gonna lose. If they pick up a purple shield and you have a level 1 shield, you're probably gonna lose. So I think it'd be nice if they kind of close the gap of how attachments or items or things that you can pick up affect your chances of winning the game. So overall, I think this game is great. The movement's awesome, the audio's awesome, the gameplay's awesome. There's always some action going on. There's just so many things you can do. There's so many ways you can play it, and because it's a higher time to kill, you have a higher chance of outplaying someone. So even if they dish out a ton of damage to you and they completely fuck your shield up, you can still like outplay them, like sneak around, do some other crazy shit with your abilities and still win that fight or still win that battle. There's plenty of ways where you can still win because of the higher time to kill, and I think that's pretty nice. It's a different feel from, say, Siege or Counter-Strike with the faster time to kill, where, you know, you shoot them in the head, they die. It's much different. It's a good change of pace, to be honest, and they did it really well. Like, it doesn't feel that bad. I think this game's really good. I would love to give it a rating, but I feel like people associate too much with ratings. They're like, well, he gave it an 8 out of 10. He gave it a 6 out of 10. And it's like, the numbers don't mean anything. I'm just, like, I just want to say what I want to say about the game, whether I like it or I don't. So, I'll give you my rating, okay? It's either going to be like, I like it or I don't, okay? That's all it's going to be. Cut, clear. What do I think about the game? I like it. It's a good game. It's free to play. If you want a BR that's free to play and fast paced, play it. That's it. That's all there is to it. With that being said, I think that's going to do it for this episode. I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching.